The hunters try to recruit you, I guessed. Her eyes got dangerously bright. I thought she was going to zap me out of the Mercedes, but she just sighed. I almost joined them, she admitted. Luke, Annabeth, and I ran into them once, and Zoe tried to convince me. She almost did. But... Thalia's fingers gripped the wheel. I would have had to leave Luke. Oh. Zoe and I got into a fight. She told me I was being stupid. She said I regret my choice. She said Luke would let me down someday. I watched the sun through the metal curtain. We seemed to be traveling faster each second, shadows flickering like an old movie projector. That's harsh, I said. Hard to admit Zoe was right. She wasn't right. Luke never let me down. Never. We'll have to fight him, I said. There's no way around it. Thalia didn't answer. You haven't seen him lately, I warned. I know it's hard to believe, but I'll do what I have to. Even if that means killing him. Do me a favor, she said. Get out of my car. I felt so bad for her, I didn't argue. As I was about to leave, she said, Percy. When I looked back, her eyes were red, but I couldn't tell if it was from anger or sadness. Annabeth wanted to join the hunters too. Maybe you should think about why. Before I could respond, she raised the power windows and shut me out. So to have a reading comprehension moment, does she ever say definitively, I trust Luke more than you, and Annabeth wanted to join the hunters to get away from you? No, but let's look at the scenes in this book so far. From the very first scene, Percy is talking about how he can't really talk to Thalia, and he feels like he's on the outside of Annabeth's life because she's been at school with Thalia all this time and he hasn't been able to talk to them. Thalia makes it very clear from the time that they show up at Nico and Bianca's school that she is number one. The entire reason why he even notices that Nico and Bianca are being kidnapped is because everyone else is with Thalia, and he's not around her because every time he talks to her, he somehow makes her upset without even trying. She blames him for Annabeth being kidnapped. She blames him for Bianca joining the hunters. She blames him for the capture the flag fight when that was 100% her fault. So she very obviously doesn't trust him. But in this scene, she's saying, I still trust Luke. Luke would never betray me. But she thinks that Percy has already betrayed her. The scene when she's yelling at him about how it's his fault that Annabeth was kidnapped. He is agreeing with her. He thinks it is his fault. And he's also thinking that I just need to stop talking around her so that she doesn't get upset with me. So when she says that she still trusts Luke, that she doesn't think that Luke has betrayed her trust, when she knows that Luke has tried to murder Percy because he literally just tried 10 minutes before this in this book, and then follows it up with, think about why Annabeth wanted to join the hunters. That is, she is putting him in his place because she is the golden child, and she is blaming him, taking out the anger she feels on other people on him because he thinks these things are his fault anyway, and he won't argue over it when he should. But he's a traumatized child, and he doesn't understand.